Hi everybody. One of my viewers suggested that I make a video to talk about networking, and I thought that's a really great idea. Before I dive in though, I want to make it clear that this video is more geared toward people who have already started their career or about to, rather than those still in college trying to build their network. The networking mindset and approach can be a bit different between these two stages, and I might actually do a separate video just focused on how to network effectively as a student. But for today, I'm talking more to those of us who are in the workforce, applicable to both careers in America and in China, whether you're early in your career or mid-level, and trying to get better at building genuine and lasting professional relationships. Now, full disclosure, I'm not here to speak as some kind of authority figure or self-proclaimed expert. I am not. I have not earned that. I've been in consulting for more than 12 years, and a lot of what I do revolves around networking. But honestly, I'm still learning every single day, and I still mess up a lot. So what I want to share today are just some honest reflections and practical habits that have helped me over the years. Things that might hopefully give you a bit of inspiration or reassurance along the way. The first thing I've realized about networking is that it cannot be forced. That's probably my number one takeaway after all these years. When you first graduate or start working, you might feel like, oh, I need to go to this event, or I have to attend that happy hour, even though deep down you don't want to. You don't feel ready, you're nervous, you're very uncomfortable, and you don't know what to say. And that's perfectly normal. My advice, which might sound counterintuitive and not that mainstream, is that if networking feels like a burden, just don't go yet. You might not be ready for that yet. And that's okay. If you push yourself too hard into those situations, you can come across really awkward and uncomfortable. And that's a very bad situation you want to step away from, right? That usually doesn't help you build the kind of connection you want. Instead, start with baby steps. Maybe just have a coffee with someone you already know, or chat with a colleague one-on-one over lunch. Don't aim for the moon when you don't even have the rocket ship built yet. Networking takes time, and it's completely fine to grow into it. When you do decide to put yourself out there, preparation is key. My rule for almost everything, whether it's a client meeting, a video like this, or a networking event, it's simple. Prepare, prepare, and prepare. It's not glamorous, but it's necessary. You need to think about why you're going, what your goal is, and what you want to get out of it. Are you trying to learn about a certain industry? Do you want to meet people who walked a similar career path? You can't just network for the sake of networking. Have a clear purpose. And especially for those of us whose first language isn't English, preparation makes a huge difference. Think through what you might say in your head, practice a few phrases, and know the key points you want to get across. And you don't have to be perfect. My communication is far from perfect, but as long as you know your message and can express it in a very clear way, you'll come across much better. The next thing is knowing your audience. If you're going to talk to someone, take the time to understand who they are, what they care about, and what topics might interest them. It's so easy to fall into the trap of trying to impress someone or forcing a conversation that doesn't feel natural. And I get it, I've been there. I still remember when I first started working in consulting, I would get unbelievably nervous talking to senior people, even within my own firm. My heart would be racing like crazy and I'd overthink every word. But over time, I realized something simple but very powerful. We're all just human beings, right? No matter the title, whether you're a partner, director, manager, whatever, at the end of the day, they're just people standing right in front of you. Once you really internalize that, you'll communicate better. Don't think of it as a situation where you're trying to please them or ask for a favor. That mindset messes with your confidence. Just think of it as a human-to-human conversation. Listen, share, and connect naturally. After every networking event and interaction, I always like to reflect. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just a few notes about what went well, what didn't, what I could have done better. Maybe you made a joke that didn't land, or maybe you realized you spoke too much about yourself, or you think you talked too fast. It's fine. Just a few minutes when you get home to think about it or write it down. Because if you don't, you'll forget and you'll miss a valuable learning moment. Honestly, Reflection is how I improved my language and communication skills over these years by replaying those moments in my head, figuring out what worked, what didn't, what sounded natural and what didn't sound natural, and then adjusting for the next time. Improvement doesn't happen overnight. It's built through thousands of small reflections. And here's another thing that people often overlook. Networking isn't about collecting business cards or adding people on LinkedIn, even though you do want to do that. It's about building relationships, real relationships. That means following up in meaningful ways, maybe sending a quick note saying it was nice to meet them, you appreciated their time, or sharing an article that relates to the topics that you guys talked about. It's not about being transactional, it's about being genuine, being kind. And relationships take time and they grow like investments, it compounds, just like when you put your money into the stock markets. The people you meet early in your career might come back into your life years later in totally unexpected ways. One thing I've learned from both consulting and life is that giving comes before getting. When you approach networking with a mindset of generosity, sharing information, helping others, or just simply listening, that energy comes back to you. And people remember how you made them feel, not what you asked from them. That's the kind of impression that lasts. So, to wrap this up, here's what I leave you with. Don't force networking, let it happen naturally. Always prepare before you meet someone. See everyone you talk to as a human being, not a hierarchy, not a scary monster. Reflect after every interaction, learn from it, and keep improving. And finally, focus on building genuine and organic relationships instead of chasing quick wins. If you do those things consistently, networking stops being this stressful thing you have to do and starts becoming just like a natural part of who you are. You'll start to enjoy it more. Thanks for listening. And if you found this helpful, I'd love to hear your thoughts or your own experiences with networking in the US and in China. Drop a comment or share what worked for you, and let's keep the conversation going. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.